Hello there, Samantha Garrett here, and today we're going to take a look at how you can use the appointment schedules feature in Google Calendar. So this feature lets you create bookable slots in your calendar, and you can get a special booking page link that you can give to anyone else and they can book in a time with you. So really importantly, this feature is only available to certain editions of Google Workspace and only for a paid version of a personal Google account. So when we jump in just a sec, I'm going to show you how you can actually check if you've got this feature available. If you don't, then I'm sorry, you won't be able to continue on and use it. But without further ado, let's jump in now and take a look. Okay, so first things first, let's see if you've got this feature available. So there's a couple of ways we can check. Probably the easiest way is if you just click on a blank time slot in your calendar, you'll get this little pop-up box with the different kind of events or different kind of calendar entries you can create. So see on the right-hand side, I've got one here called appointment schedule. So if you see that, great, you're all good to go. If you don't, you may see either nothing or you may see appointment slots. Now, if you see nothing at all, then you definitely won't be able to use this feature. I'm so sorry, so you can bid me farewell now. But if you see appointment slots, we may be able to actually turn that on, convert that to appointment schedules. So just for a little bit of context, appointment slots is an older feature that's gradually being replaced by appointment schedules. So let's have a look where we would find that setting. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to come up to the little settings cog in the top right corner here and come on down here to settings. And then what we're going to do is we'll end up here on the settings page and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And right at the bottom, you'll see here a setting called appointment schedules. And you'll see I've got an option here to create appointment schedules instead of appointment slots. And I've got that ticked. So if you see that that's unticked, you can tick it and you'll be good to go. If you don't see this option at all, then you don't have the feature available. And again, it's farewell from me. So I'm going to assume you're all good to go. You've got appointment slots available. So let's jump back to the calendar and let's set this up. Now, there is a couple of ways you can do it. So if you want to create appointment slots for just a particular day in your calendar, so let's just say next Friday you want to create some bookable slots for some interviews perhaps, just on one particular day. If that's the case, you can just click in the time slot on that day and you can use the appointment schedule option here, okay? But if you want to create recurring appointment schedules, so let's just say you want to have time every week or every day in your calendar where people can book in, that's when it's easiest to come up here to the create button and we can use the appointment schedule feature from here. So regardless of where you start, it's very similar to set it up, but I'm going to come from this one here. So we'll open it up. And you'll see this little pane opens on the left-hand side. So the first thing we need to do is give our appointment schedule a name. So I actually like linking this with the duration of the schedule. So you'll see here, it says appointment duration 1 hour. So in this particular schedule, people can book 1 hour meetings with me. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I want 1 hour and 30 minutes and 90 minutes and 45, you just need to create multiple appointment schedules. So, and they can all be accessed on the one page, but you need to create each one individually. So because of that, what I like to do is title it as per the duration. So I'm going to call this one 60-minute meeting, for example. But you could call it whatever you want. So once you've got that, we'll come down a little bit further. You'll see here, I'm going to leave that as 1 hour, but I could come in and change that to a whole variety of different time slots and I could even customize it. Now, next option down here is your general availability. So the idea is, you know, on an average week, when are you generally available for appointments? Now, don't worry if you're thinking, oh my goodness, do I have to work around existing meetings and stuff? It takes care of all of that for you. So you just generally need to say, for example, I'm available to being booked between 9 and 5 or whatever time slots you want to be. And you can adjust it on an individual daily basis. You can remove particular days. So if I didn't want to be available on a Wednesday, I could click here to be unavailable all day. You can come in here. If you've modified the time, you can then copy that time to all the others. So there's a whole lot you can do. You can even add another time period. So it might say that Wednesday you're available between 9 and 11 and then 3 and 5, for example. So you can add multiple time periods per day. So I'm going to leave mine just as 9 to 5 for now, but you would go in and customize, and you'll see here it's also got the time zone. So it's based on my particular time zone in calendar, but if for some reason that wasn't right, you could change it. Now, further down, you'll see here we've got a scheduling window option. So this is basically when you want the slots to become available and how far in advance you want them to be available. So you can start it now. So if I was to do this, it would literally start today, or you might be like, oh, I want my slots to start next week or next month. So you can set those dates. Again, it might be that you're doing interviews for a period over a month and you just want it to start and end in that month. You can also choose how far in advance people can book. So at the moment, it's going to show you slots available for up to 60 days. So you might not want people booking that far ahead. You can drop that back. And this one here I find so important. The minimum time before the appointment starts that it can be booked. So at the moment that's set to 4 hours. So it means people can book me, like if it was 9 a.m., they could book me for, I'm trying to do my maths, like 1 p.m. onwards in the afternoon, and that's 4 hours. I personally like a 24-hour notice, but that's just me. So you can go in and set that to whatever you would want. So it just means you're not surprised by sudden meetings. Now this one here, adjusted availability. This is if you've set your recurring schedule, but there's particular days then that you don't want to be available, or it might be different. So it might be that you're going on leave, or that you want to finish early a particular day, or whatever. Now keep in mind, if you just block out your calendar with an out of office or an appointment or some personal time off, it will adjust to that anyway. So it's not like you've got to go and purposely block out all the time you're not going to be there. But it just might be that, every third Wednesday or something like that, you've got something else going on. You can come in here and add a specific date and change the availability. So if I come in here, change the date's availability, I might set, say the 15th of February, and I might say on that day, I actually only want available from 10 till 1:30, for example. So you'll see here in my calendar, it's actually taken me to that week in Feb and it's adjusted. So these little blue slots that you're seeing here are the appointment schedule. So you can see it's automatically changed that. Okay, so next one down, we've got some settings. So if we click this little arrow, first one here is buffer time. So how much buffer time do you want between the slots? So if you don't want to be going back to back, put some buffer time in here. So you might want to put 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. I love a 15-minute because it still kind of puts things at least in a relatively predictable time slot, like quarter past the hour, half past, quarter to on the hour, that kind of thing. But yeah, just give yourself some buffer time if you think that's going to be a problem having back to back. And I always recommend time for clearing your head and having a break between meetings. Maximum booking per day. So even if you've got like 8 slots in here, you can actually choose to only have 4 of them booked. So it just means you don't get overloaded. So you can tick these options and adjust as needed. And then down the bottom here is color. So my calendar is a blue color, and so it's automatically made my appointment slots as a blue, but you can actually change this. So I'm going to make mine a yellow, so then it stands out differently in my calendar. So I'm going to click next now, and this is our second page that we need to fill out what we want to do. So see here it says booking page, photo and name. So in a minute when we finish saving these, I'm going to show you the booking page for your appointment schedules. And this is the page that you give other people to then book in with you. So if we just click down here, it actually grabs your name and photo from your Google profile. So you can see it's got my name, it's got my photo. So if you've got a photo here that's like, I don't know, some random dog on a beach or something, you might want to actually put your own if you want people to see who they're booking in with. So just make sure that that's all good for you. Again, make sure that the name makes sense. But if you want to change this, it is actually a Google account adjustment. So next one down, location and conferencing. How do you want to have this meeting? So if you know they're all going to be virtual appointments and you use Google Meet, you can actually get it to automatically attach a Google Meet, which is super helpful. Or if it's something that's going to be in person, you can set the location where you'd be meeting, even the phone call if you want. The person who breaks the appointment can give you the number that you'll call them on. Or you can just leave it blank and you can amend them later when someone books in. Okay, then here we have a description. So I love this because this shows on your booking page and it's a little message to people. So I'm going to go and actually pop something in here so we can see what it looks there. So I'm going to say, hi there, thanks for booking a time with me. Oops, get my spelling right. See you online soon. Now, it might be that you also put in here, I will contact you about the location for the meeting, or I'll add a Google Meet link later, or whatever that might be. So you can add a little message here so they know what to expect after booking as well. Now, when they book in, they do need to fill in a booking form. So the default fields in the booking form, first name, surname, email address, but you can actually add stuff in here. So I can click add an item. I might ask for their phone number, for example, or I can add a custom item. So I might say, are you a dog or cat lover, for example? And I might say that that's required. And if I add that, we'll see what that looks like soon. All right, now you can also require email verification. So if we hover over here, as it says, to prevent malicious bookings, people who aren't signed in with a Google account will be sent a verification code by email. So this just helps spammers stop trying to contact you or book an appointment with you through your appointment schedule. Last but not least, if we come down here, we can choose the kind of reminders and confirmations that people get. So when there is a booking made, you in your calendar will get like an invitation, and so will they. So it's all then becomes like an actual event in calendar. And you can also choose to send them an email reminder beforehand. You can choose, a day, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever that might be. So great to make sure people actually turn up. So let's save this now. So you can see it's in my calendar as these little yellow slots, and it's popped up here like a little preview of the event. So if that was gone, I could just click anywhere and it's going to pop back up. Now, there's two things here. You'll see it says open booking page, it says share, and it says see all your appointment schedules. So actually three things. Now, if we click open booking page, it's actually going to open the page that people will see when they book in for that specific 60-minute meeting. So you can see here, there's my name, my message, 60-minute meeting, and there's the slots, right? So this is exactly what someone else sort of sees. Now, it does say up here, right, it's viewing as me, obviously, so it's looking at my calendar availability. But if I see what others see, it'll open a new tab, and it looks very similar. Okay, so, but it just would be, just sort of doesn't show then my own availability affecting it. So you can preview it either way. But what I want to show is, right, this is just for the 60-minute meeting. Let's just say we've gone and created a 60-minute slot, then we go in and create another schedule for 30-minute meeting and 45 minutes. We've got all these different types, and we want people to be able to book the length of time that they need. So instead of coming to the booking page, we can see all of the appointment schedules. And that opens a different kind of page. See, it says up here, all services. And you'll see the box here for 60-minute meeting. So if I had a 30-minute, a 45, a 90-minute, all those boxes would show, and then people can choose the type they want. So you can either share this one, or you can share the individual time slot. Now, when you want to share this with someone, you can click the share button, and you'll see here it actually says, what do you want to share? All the appointment schedules, a single booking page, and then it gives you the link, which you can copy. You can pop in an email, maybe in your email signature, maybe in a template in Gmail if you want to be able to send it quickly to people. And you can also grab some code to embed it on your website as well. So I love copying this link and popping it in a Google Keep mode, so then I've got it nice and easy to be able to pop in an email. So, last but not least, let's actually just see what happens when we book a slot. So I'm going to try and book one with myself here, but that's okay. I'm going to book a 60-minute. I just want to show you what it looks like. I'm going to book one on Monday at 10 a.m. So you'll see the booking form comes up. Now it's pre-filled my name because I'm logged in with a Google account, right? So if I wasn't, then I would have to fill that out. But I'm going to pop here that I'm a dog lover. I'm going to click book. And yes, I'm booking a meeting with myself, but that's okay. So you can see a booking is confirmed. It's going to send me a confirmation. I'll click close. And if I jump back to my calendar, which is funny, it's where it's booked anyway. If we go forward, I think, when did I do it? This is terrible. I can't even remember. Let's have a quick look. There it is, on the 31st of Jan. See, it's come in the yellow color, 60-minute meeting, and it's actually got my name, and I'm the one that's booked it anyway, but I can jump in there and edit this, and I can see the details. Now, if someone else had booked it, you would see their name down there as well. So you can see the little messages in there, and we can also cancel the appointment from here as well. So there you have it. That is how to use the appointment schedules feature in Google Calendar. It's definitely a great way for stopping that back and forth when you're trying to find a time to book a meeting with someone. You know, that email trail, like, are you free this time? No, I'm not. What about this time? No, what about that time for you? So instead of doing that, you can just send them a link and they can book straight in with you. So it's a really good productivity booster. Now, if you've got any questions about this feature, feel free to drop a comment below and I will happily answer. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to click that like and subscribe to the channel as well. So that's it from me for now. I'll see you again soon. Bye.